Come on in here, babe. We'll go ahead and get rolling, guys.
Hey, everybody.
This is my daughter, Madeline.
Hello.
Hey.
Coach Hockman, you've heard a lot about him. I don't know if you ever met him, haven't met him in person. Someday you will, but
Yeah.
Look forward to it. Heard a lot of great things.
guys, I wanted to get this meeting started. I have my daughter here from California. She just graduated from UC Davis Saturday, guys. She walked and she hopped on a plane to come out here now. And this is a little bit about what I wanted to discuss tonight, guys, but I just want to share with you that downstairs in a temporary bedroom, my mom is dying. She is on Madeline's grandma, who is very involved in her life. We literally expect her to pass within the next 12 to 24 hours. She's been living with us for a few months. They put her on hospice care, which is the managed end of life care, managing the dying process. And she's at her final hours now. And really grateful that Madeline could be here to be with her. It's been a very emotional couple days, lots of crying, lots of tears.
Yep.
Very difficult process. I hope that you all have people in your life at the final stages of your life, because we are all going to be there, that receive the kind of love and attention that my mom is getting right now. It's so heartwarming. It's such a strange position to be in. On one hand, your heart's breaking because someone who raised you is dying, but at the same time, there's so much love in the room that it's uplifting. So it's such a strange time and thing to go through. But a pastoral minister, guys, and this is the message for you guys through all of this. If you sat down with a pastoral minister and you asked them, what's it like to sit at the next to somebody who's dying, like we've been doing for the last day or two, and have a conversation with them. My mom can't converse right now. She's past that. She's in kind of a catatonic state. So she's no talking to her. But when you have a conversation with a person who's on their deathbed and you ask a pastoral minister, what are those last final conversations about? They will tell you that they're about three things. They're about two of those three are love. The person wants to know, was I loved? Was I loved? Did people love me? Number two, did I love? Did I express my love to other people? Like we've done with my mom these past few days. And finally, number three, they want to know, did I make a difference while I was here on this earth? Guys, we literally sit with my mom because we know she can hear us. She can't express herself. Her eyes are closed. She's breathing. We have to assume that she can hear us, and we talk to her and we tell her, you were a great mother. We love you so much. You made such a difference in our life. We're so grateful for you and everything you did for us. We express those things to her. And the reason I'm telling you guys this is because you guys are quarterbacks and you are in a tremendous position to make a difference in other people's lives. You are in a great position by the nature of your position to make a difference. Now, that doesn't mean you will. It means you're in a great position to do that. Are you telling your teammates you love them? Are you telling your teammates how much they mean to you? Are you telling your teammates how much they matter to this team? Are you telling your teammates, I really, really appreciate the effort you put in today?
Checking in with them.
Are you checking in with them outside of practice? Are you texting them and telling them, I'm thinking about you? Nothing else, I'm thinking about you. That can be that simple. Are you checking in on their mental health, their mental well-being? Because football and sports is a difficult journey. Madeline walked on to the volleyball team, beach volleyball at UC Davis, Division I program. They were just starting a program when she got there as a freshman. I said, you walk on, I bet you make the team. She did, and she made the team. And first couple of years, she didn't do much. Last couple of years, she traveled, she played, she started, she was a difference maker. And she became a team leader. I went back a couple months ago for her senior weekend and her banquet, and her coach cried when she introduced Madeline. And she told the team and the parents at that senior banquet what a team leader and difference maker Madeline was, and how she was the kindest person on the team, and how other players, the whole team looked up to her work ethic, looked up to Madeline's work ethic. So I'm going to let Madeline talk a little bit. Okay, I'm going to shut up now. We've been talking, guys, about breathing. We've been talking about imagery. We've been talking about grounding yourself, having strategies and techniques to bring yourself back into a present moment when things start to come unravel. Okay. I want Madeline to share a couple things that strategies and things that you experienced that at the Division I college volleyball level that follow some of the stuff that we've talked about. So Madeline, go ahead and just share with the quarterbacks and coaches out there some of those things that you experienced and what it meant to you. And I'm going to kind of step out of the picture here.
Okay, well, hi everyone. Thanks for that introduction, Dad. My name is Madelin Smith, and I am a recent graduate of UC Davis. I played on the Division I beach volleyball program, and had the opportunity to take on a leadership role on my team. I was the SAC rep, which is Student Athlete Advisory Committee, kind of like the bridge between the NCAA and UC Davis athletics and our team. I also had the opportunity to be the AGS rep, which stands for Athlete Guidance and Support, which is a mental health support group for student athletes on campus, because we know that mental health is something that's often overlooked, especially in athletics where it's so important. And something that I learned from AGS was it's important to check in with your teammates. And it doesn't have to be like a big production. You don't have to do it in front of people. It can just be as simple as after practice, going up to your teammates and being like, hey, I noticed you were a little quiet today, or I noticed you were a little off today. I just wanted to check in, make sure everything's okay, because you're not only my teammate, you're my friend, and I care about you. Or even if you don't want to even just ask them what's going on, because you know something's going on and maybe they don't want to talk about it, you could just say, hey, you want to get some coffee later? And you want to hang out later? You want to, whatever guys do. I don't know what guys do. Oh, you want to go run some routes later, you know? Yeah, play some video games. Yeah. So just wanted to touch on that, the importance of mental health. But a few strategies I could share with you could be some breathing techniques that I learned. I know it's difficult at the high school level. Some of you may be in middle school. I'm not sure, but I know at the college level it gets really intense. There's a lot of pressure to perform, and your value is oftentimes based on your performance. And if you don't perform, then you may feel like you're not valuable or like you're not worth anything. But that's just not the truth. And so in order to just calm myself and center myself, some breathing strategies that I use are
and talk about the person who came into your team.
Oh yeah. So we have a yoga teacher. So we do a lot of heavy lifting in the weight room, and yoga is a good strategy for recovery of your body, but also for your mind. So we have a yoga teacher. She's awesome. Came in like once a week, actually twice a week. And she had us for the first 10-15 minutes of our yoga session, just lay on our backs. We laid there. And first what we did was we just did circular breathing, which is a strategy where you breathe in 6 seconds, hold 6 seconds, breathe out 6 seconds, hold 6 seconds. So you can almost picture it like a square, like in, same thing over and over again, just kind of focus on your breath. And we did these mental exercises where we worked on grounding. And for those of you who don't know what that is, it's just the state of being on the ground and like feeling the earth beneath you, and just we as humans we're natural creatures, and we rely on the earth for almost everything, our food, our water, peace of mind. If you ever wake up in the morning and you feel anxious, get outside. It's a huge benefit. Anyway, so grounding is just contact with the earth and helps to center yourself. So what we did was close our eyes, and first you just picture yourself, just yourself laying there, almost as if you left your body and now you're looking down at yourself on the ground. And you picture yourself as an individual. And then you zoom out one step and you picture yourself wherever you are. Maybe you're in your house. Maybe you're surrounded by teammates. Maybe you're laying in your bed. You picture yourself in that setting with the people around you as a part of them. And you picture yourself as a part of the whole, basically. And then you take it a step further and you zoom out a little bit further and you picture yourself as a part of your community. Say, I'm not sure what city or town you guys live in, but right now I'm in Person County. So I picture myself as a part of Person County, and I picture myself and I look around and I see my dad's neighbors and I see the nurses that came and took care of my grandmother today. And I picture the guy I saw mowing the lawn down the street. And then I take it a step further and I zoom out and I picture myself as a whole, as a part of the United States. And I think of all the diversity and the people that are around, and I see myself as a part of that whole. And then once you take it all the way to the extreme of seeing yourself as a part of this whole world, all the animals in it, living and breathing and moving and surviving, and all the people struggling and all the people who are successful and triumphant, and you picture yourself as a part of it, then you begin to see yourself as just a piece of the whole, and you see your role in the world as vital, and you understand your importance and the importance of your position and the impact that you can make on the world. Anyway, so that's just a little exercise that we like to do. All of this while focusing on your breathing. And we also do another exercise where we close our eyes and picture that you're sitting on the side of a stream. It's kind of a rapid moving stream, not too rapid, kind of tranquil stream, but fast moving. And as you're sitting there, you start to see these leaves, and they're just floating on the top of the surface, and they're going by. And the closer you look, you start to see your thoughts on the leaves. So as the thoughts pop up in your mind, you see them go by. Maybe you pick them up and you look at them, and you just place the leaf back in the stream and let it float away. Until pretty soon, all of your thoughts are just floating by, and you quiet your mind, and you're able to really listen to your mind. And when we're not thinking like about the thousands of things that we have to do that day and all the responsibilities that we have and all the homework or all the issues that we have in the world, then you can really start to think or start to realize and observe your mind in its most natural state. And that's when you get the progress. That's when you listen to what actually is going on inside of you. And that's when you can really start to make progress with yourself. And anyway, yeah, that's just a good exercise that I like to do too. I'm trying to think of other ones.
Welcome to California.
Yep.
Guys, but there's some good stuff that comes out of California, obviously. And it's weird how that's projected like that, isn't it?
No.
So I love how when you're zooming out, you talked about zooming out and you start to see yourself in perspective. Madeline, was that right? And how you fit in to the team dynamics. That's pretty powerful stuff. I really like that. Tell them, Madeline, of all the stuff I've been in Madeline's ear a lot over the years as a dad, but also guys as a coach, but I'm just dad to her, right?
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't see me as coach, she sees me as dad. But what advice that I gave over the years you think that resonated the most with you through your athletic journey? Answer that.
Well, I'm sure you guys probably all read my dad's book, and there's a lot of really good stuff in there. But one of the big things that he touches on and reiterates often to me is you can only control, there are two things that you can control, and that is your attitude and your effort. You can control how you react to situations and how much effort you're putting into situations, how hard you're trying. And so I just remember I would call my dad after a hard day of practice where I was trying to, of course, earn a starting position. This was like my sophomore year, right before the COVID shutdown. And I just remember being so frustrated because I felt like I was giving everything and I just had a bad attitude. Like I was thinking, yeah,
Coach is doing this or coach.
yeah, coach is doing this, coach is overlooking me, coach doesn't see this. And my dad would just remind me the only thing I can control is my attitude and my effort. You know, teams aren't perfect. There's dynamics. Not everybody gets along, but you try your best. And so I think I needed an attitude check where I could reset myself, like a hard reset where I could just kind of tell myself like maybe I'm not responding the way I should be in these situations. And so I checked my attitude. I tried to have a positive outlook and only control what I can control. And I started working harder than I ever have in practice. I was trying to beat everybody. Like I just started taking things really personal. Like we would just be doing conditioning and we had to do sprints in the sand and we had to get it done, I would say like 40 yards in the sand and there and back in under 30 seconds. And so I started trying to not just beat my teammates, but beat myself. So our coach would give us countdowns when it got to like 25 seconds. And so pretty soon I made it in under 27 seconds. Then the next one I'd say, okay, let's make it under 27. So then I'd go 25 seconds. And then pretty soon I started beating everybody and our coach had to start counting it down at 20 seconds because I started getting it in 20 seconds. And that's when I think I realized that the effort I was putting in started to be noticed because I was controlling how much effort I was putting in. I was controlling my attitude. It wasn't a competition against other people. It was a competition against myself. And the other thing I could say I really learned from my dad was you don't have to prove it to anybody else. You just have to prove it to yourself. And so I was kind of struggling my senior year with I don't know, my performance, I guess. I feel like I felt like I wasn't performing as well as I have in the past. And my coach started maybe playing other people where I felt like I maybe deserved to play because I had already so many wins under my belt and I was playing well and I kept winning. But I think she was just trying to build for the future program, which is totally fine in hindsight. But I got my opportunity to play against University of Hawaii in Long Beach, and they were ranked. So we were playing University of Hawaii, and we actually ended up beating them that day because I had the winning ace to cinch the win against them. I don't know if you guys know how beach volleyball works, but basically it's kind of like tennis where you have 5 teams that play. They're ranked. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your one's team plays the other team's one's team. Your two's team. Yeah, it's 2-on-2. And so I was playing in the 5s. I felt like I was kind of just thrown in there because somebody else was injured, but I was like, whatever. I'm just going to control my effort and my attitude. And so I went back to the serving line on game point and served it right down the line. The girl didn't even move. And that's when I felt like I had really proved it to myself. And after that, I didn't really care what happened, if I played or not, because I had already proved it to myself that I could do it and that I was capable and that I was a winner. And so that's really what stuck with me that my dad has taught me. So you don't need to prove it to anybody else. You only need to prove it to yourself.
Okay. Obviously, I'm a proud dad. Appreciate it, babe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good on to be with me.
Yeah. Thank you guys very much. Good stuff.
All right. So thanks for letting me share that, guys, and share her. I just think anytime you can get someone who's kind of lived this stuff to, even from the yoga and the breathing coach that they'd have come into their practice and what a difference that made. And, sure, Madelin thought it was strange at first too, but I just love those techniques. And those are things we've been talking about on the previous sessions. So if you're watching this for the first time, you haven't seen those previous sessions, go back and watch them, because we talk about grounding strategies and breathing techniques and meditation and things that can help you, differentiate and have a real edge over the competition.